What's going on, everybody? It's your main man, Drew Tube, and I'm back at you again with another video. I need everybody to smash that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's get into it. Be glad about people showing you who they are, because you don't have to care how you feel about it. When people show you who they are, be glad, because you can move forward and you don't have to feel guilty about making a decision from there. A lot of times when you have people in your life and you want to see them do well, you'll want to you'll care about them. You know, you care about people in your life, but the thing is, when people show you, right, that they are not worthy of that, you're gonna have to keep it to yourself. All right, you don't have to care about people who don't care about you. So once people show you that they don't care about you, that's fine, because you do not have to feel guilty about moving on with your life. You might feel bad about it. They may have they may have trained you to feel guilty about making certain decisions, but a lot of times people will do that because they want to hold you back. People will try to use things like guilt to hold you back, because it'll stop you and hold you back from making decisions. Guilt will get in the way and will stop a person and will make a good person think that they're being bad or making a bad decision. So don't feel guilty about doing what's right for you. If you have to make a decision that benefits you, but other people act like they're hurt by it or they care about it, they're probably doing that to manipulate you. All right, you may not see that, you may not have caught that before, but people use that as a tactic to manipulate people. People will act like they care. People will act like they're hurt when they see you not wanting to be involved with them anymore. And I mean, why would somebody want to be involved with a person who's giving them a bad attitude? So when people are giving you a bad attitude, and when people are disrespectful to you, you don't have to care about how they feel about you not wanting to be in their life. If somebody is bold enough to not respect you and they treat you bad, then you don't have to care about how they feel about you. All right. So when you start to separate from people and you start to not want to be around people anymore, they're gonna start to give you an attitude. They're gonna start to get angry, and they're gonna start to try to pull you back in. But you don't have to. You don't have to go back to them. You don't have to allow them to pull you back in. All right, they're gonna try to, because they want to. They don't want you to let go, and they don't want you to move on. They want to keep you in a lower position, and people know when you're around them, and when they mistreat you, they know you're in a lower position. You're in a lesser position, because when you're not around them, you'd be doing better. When you're not around people who when you're not around people who talk to you negative, when you're not around people who treat you bad, you feel better, and your vibration is higher. All right, you're more creative, you get more done, and you're just more confident in yourself. A lot of times people want to put you down, and they want to put down your confidence, because they see you have a lot of confidence. They see that you have a lot of potential to become successful, and they see you could do something with your life. So when you don't give up, and people see you don't give up, that bothers a lot of people. So what they have to do is they have to try to use their efforts, their attitude, their negativity. They have to use their game that they have to try to tear you down and try to chop you down, because they feel insecure, and they don't want to see somebody become something. They don't want to see somebody become something, because when people aren't becoming something, it it's like an eyesore for them to see somebody want to be something. It's like, how dare you feel you can be something? You're no better than the rest of us. How are you any different or any better than the rest of us? But their ego and their mind is wrong, because a person's not thinking that they're better than anybody else other than themselves. Everybody has the same amount of potential or greatness, just in different areas. So when people don't choose to be successful, it's their own fault, because everybody has an area that they could be great in and they could be successful in. So when you want to go be great, you're just somebody who realized an area that they could do something well in. Okay, I do well in this area, and it may be something that it's something that you could do for a job. Basically, it's something you could turn into a career. So when you go after that and you choose to do something different, and people want to try to make you feel bad for that because you have a different idea, or you have a different choice, or you think you can do something that they couldn't do, then they're going to feel some type of way about that. But you have to fight, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to make you feel like you're not good enough, even though you know you are. Like you'll study, it's like you'll study for it, you'll research it, you'll do what you need to do, but you'll get around certain people, and because when you get around that person puts you down. Now it's like you remember that you had low self-esteem when you were around this person. So you could potentially fall back into that mindset when you're around certain people. So that's why certain people, you have to get away from them to grow. It may not be a bad thing. You may not have. It may not be that you hate them. It's just that they're holding you back. Because if somebody puts you in the mindset of doubt, if somebody puts you in the mindset of you're not able to do this, you can't do that, you can't be successful. When you're trying to become what you're supposed to be and you're around these people, you're going to have second thoughts. You're going to have doubts. All right. So you don't want that to happen. So when people show you who they are, you have to take that as an opportunity. Okay, bet. Take that as an opportunity. Be glad when people show you who they are, so that way you know that you could just focus on yourself. You could just dip off. You don't have to spend time with people who it would be a waste of time to spend it with, because they don't really value you or your time. When people just have you come around them to be the butt of jokes and for them to make fun of you, you could be using that time to do something else. So don't feel bad and don't feel guilty about choosing to do other things. People are going to try to say that you're missing out. People are going to say that you're not a good person. They're going to say that you're what's the word I'm looking for? You're uh what's the word I'm abandoning people maybe. But don't feel bad about that, because if that's how people are coming to you, but they're only looking at one side, you have to disregard them too. People will come to you and say, oh, you need to fix this, you need to do that, but they will ignore the other side. So when people will ignore what happened to you, what you went through, things like that, be glad when people show you who they are, because you don't have to care about how you feel about it. Guilt will make you feel bad. All right, guilt will trip you and it will trick you. It'll take you on a trip and it will trick you. It will trick you into thinking that you're doing something wrong when you're doing something right. And depending on the type of hold people have on you, or how you was brought up, how you was raised, all right, depending on how you were brought up, how you were raised, what you've been taught, what people wanted you to know. Like people may have had you in a spell of being attached to them, because if you're attached to something that's no good for you and you don't see it and it's harming you and you don't know it, that's a spell. But when you find out and you realize, you're like, oh wow, all right, you just got to go from there. But like I said, when you go from there, be glad. A lot of times people will be hurt. Oh man, people don't feel this. Oh man, this and that. Don't be hurt. Don't waste your time being hurt. Forgive yourself for being hurt. All right, don't waste your time being hurt, and take all that time and energy and focus on something else. You don't have to be hurt. You're thinking about you're thinking about certain things. You're looking at them from a certain point of view, and that's what and the way you're looking at it and the way you're thinking about it is what's making you feel that way about it. All you have to do is look at it from a different point of view. All right, like yeah, sometimes you may even have to just see yourself as an animal. You know, animals out in the wild, it is what it is. Just imagine, just see yourself as an animal, because animals are on there all by themselves. Animals are all alone, And if that's what you have to do, that's what you have to do. Sometimes friends aren't friends. Sometimes people you expect to be what they are, that's not what they are. All right, sometimes you expect something to be one way, sometimes that's not what it is. All right, sometimes you expect somebody to be who they are supposed to be, but they're not. Even if they're doing everything that it seems like that person would do, but if it is still at the end of the day, if people are showing you sides of them that are leaving you confused, leaving you agitated, leaving you aggravated, then you just have to be glad about that and go your separate way. People will people will confuse you and will treat you good first however long, and then they'll have little spurts of disrespect. All right, well there's no such thing as somebody being on your side and then just disrespecting you. People have arguments, people disagree. That's life. But people just constantly disrespecting you and you noticing patterns, trying to discuss things and things don't get fixed and handled and taken care of. You gotta just be glad, you know? All right, cool. I can focus on myself. I don't have to worry about you. I don't have to think about you. I can just focus on me and focus on myself. Because if it seems like a game, if it seems like a game's being played on you, when you try to, if you feel bad and try to incorporate people in your life and like, you know what, man, this is family, man. You know what? These are my friends, man. Like when you try to go back and bring people back into your life, it's just gonna be the same thing. And they know it and you know it. Deep down inside, you know it. You're just trying to give them another chance because you feel bad. Stop feeling bad. All right? Yeah, you don't have to feel bad. All right? You do not have to care about how you feel about others when they show you that they don't care about you, showing you who they are. That's not a bad personality trait. That's who that person is. They trying to hold it back, but that's who they really are. You gotta accept them for who they are. It may be hard. It's not easy, but you just be glad. All right, just be glad because now you got a whole bunch of time you could put into yourself. You could go do whatever you want. You can go live wherever you want. Go be wherever you want. You can go do you. You don't have to be held down anymore, and yet you could be free. You could live as if people don't even exist when they treat you bad. When people treat you bad, you're allowed to live like they don't even exist because that's what's healthy for you. All right, people don't care about what's healthy for you. They don't care about how what they're saying is affecting you and deteriorating you and stressing you and how's they don't care how that's making you feel. All right, they don't care what the type of stress that they're putting on your mind, your body. They don't care because they can't forgive. A lot of people can't forgive. A lot of people are jealous. A lot of people have hate, and you can't allow that to be a reason why you get this why you self-sabotage or let anybody else sabotage you. You can't let these people self-sabotage you, or you can't allow yourself to be self-sabotaged. All right, sometimes the people that are closest to you will do the most harm to you, and they'll smile in your face and pat you on the back and tell you that you're seeing things. So get away from those people. All right, um, whenever you can and as fast as you can. All right. I want to thank everybody for watching this video. I'll see you all in the next video. Everybody hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Peace.